could use this salsa in lots of different ways, obviously as a dip, but this is actually a great thing to put on top of seafood. When I was experimenting with it, I had it with shrimp, and it was really, really tasty. And you can also use it as a taco filling. If your kids really fight you on eating fruits, if they like more of the savory things, you can put it in a taco shell and just sprinkle, I know it sounds kind of strange, but a little bit of cheese in there, and it's really, really tasty. So it's a great way to increase your fruit and vegetable consumption. It almost tastes like dessert to me. Great. Well, I think so we have the two types of recipes that we talked about, the adult recipes and the harvest recipes. The kids are going to be here momentarily with they're making a kids recipe, which is also on our website. But what I'm going to do now is I think we're going to serve our dessert. Obviously the salsa wasn't made in the slow cooker, but yeah, the dinner was, and the dessert definitely was made in the slow cooker. So you can make more than just dinner in your slow cooker. Hold on one second. You can make breakfast. If you like steel cut oats or oatmeal, you can, they're called overnight oats. You can make that in your slow cooker. You can make a delicious like apple pie in your slow cooker. You can make fondues in it if you like cheese. You can use it for lots of different things. One thing that I use my slow cooker for is I love potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. But in the summertime, I hate cooking in the kitchen when it's really hot outside. The last thing I want to do is turn on my oven. So I actually turn to my slow cooker a lot more in the summer than I do in the wintertime, because then I don't have to heat up the house, with the stove. So I'll throw some really big sweet potatoes in my slow cooker and just put a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper, and it roasts them beautifully. And then when I come home, I have these beautiful sweet potatoes that are really, really soft, and they let out a lot of natural sweetness. So you can do that. One little tip, if you're watching your sodium, I know our house, we definitely eat a lot of lunch meat. And if you're watching your sodium, even though lunch meat has lots of great protein in it, it also typically has a lot of salt. So one thing that we've been doing to save money in our house is we've been buying chicken breasts when they're on sale. Like sometimes you can get them for $3.99 a pound or $2.99 a pound. And so what I'll do is I'll buy a bunch of chicken breasts and freeze them. And then every Sunday what I do is I get in the habit of just throwing my chicken breasts in the slow cooker with some salt and pepper and olive oil. And then I have lunch meat throughout the week. And I cut it up and kind of let it cool a little bit once it's done cooking. And then I put it in containers. And then you have lunch meat for several days at least. So that's just a nice little tip.
Do you put broth in there as well to make your chicken breast?
I don't. I put in olive oil about that much towards to fill the bottom, and I cook it on low.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
What kind of olive oil? I noticed the difference in all the different. What do you?
I use extra virgin olive oil, 100% extra virgin olive oil, and I use the cold pressed kind. So I find that works pretty well. Because some olive oil you don't want to cook to high temperature, but because the slow cooker never gets that high, you don't have to worry about the smoking point. Great. So one thing that Nurture really promotes is getting the families into the kitchen, and I can't think of a better way to get your kids or the rest of your family interested in eating healthy than by giving them a healthy dessert. This dessert was really, really simple to make. I took, once again, I used canned peaches and blueberries, and you can either use fresh blueberries. These are fresh blueberries, but you can also use frozen blueberries as well. If you do use frozen blueberries, you're just going to have to add a little bit more cornstarch so the cobbler doesn't get runny. But you can choose any fruit. So if you have someone at home that doesn't like blueberries, you can use raspberries, you can use strawberries, you can make a rhubarb crumble. So as you think back to your framework, you can swap things out all the time.
Cherries would be a little more work.
Cherries would be a lot more work. Although they do sell some frozen cherries.
Frozen cherries I saw the other day, yes.
They're really expensive though. I guess that would be a fun way to keep the kids busy, until they get to make dessert and let them hit the cherries. So the nice thing about cobblers is that you can use whole grains as the topping. I definitely used white flour, but I did a mix of half white flour, half whole wheat flour, and then I did oatmeal. And oatmeal provides a really great flavor to crumbles, and it's a whole grain, so that way you're eating more fiber and you're still getting to enjoy dessert. You know, get to have your cake and eat it too. You can find online, but I definitely go to our website. We have tons more recipes for the slow cooker. We have kids recipes, and we also have the harvest recipes. So when you go to the farmer's market this weekend, keep your eye out for some cilantro and some peaches, and you can definitely replicate these. Today you'll be going home with some corn, some black beans, some peaches, some pineapple, and oatmeal, so that way you can make a crumb topping.
Okay.
And a slow cooker.
And a slow, oh yeah, and a slow cooker.
See it.
7, and I want to get you guys out on here on time. I just want to say thank you again for coming. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you enjoyed the food. And I would love to hear your feedback of what you thought of everything. This is just an evaluation form. You don't have to put your name on it. One side just asks you to rank recipes, and then the other side just asks some questions about what you thought about the program. If you are interested in additional programming, you can put your contact information down here. If you don't want to, you don't have to do that. You're not interested. But once again, thank you so much. And then on your way out, after you turn these in, we can get you your slow cookers and your food, and we'll be around if you have any extra questions. Okay? Thank you guys.